Hello and welcome to Twin Sets with Church. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you've been out and about across our local music scene in the last year or two, you certainly would have seen today's guests. They are Bigfoot's Hand.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you so much, Church.
Well, thank you for inviting. This is a wicked setup you guys got here.
I'm glad we could make it work.
Yeah, we did it. Let's get into a bit of the history of the band. If you don't mind, Matt, just telling a little bit about the members and how much you guys have really stuck together as a unit over the last while.
Well, it's actually fitting, we're doing it in this house because this is where the band started, down in the basement just below us here. Mikey and Megan and I and a few other friends initially kind of started the initial idea of kind of starting something on our own, something more original. We'd all been in other bands and played all kinds of stuff, and we kind of got the ball rolling here with starting to write our own tunes and playing downtown at the Fox, doing our thing and kind of forging our sound. And over the years, we've been through some lineup changes, and we've worked with some great players, and we have probably the best lineup we've ever had now with Jeff Dumais and Phil Millay, and so it's been a bit of a growing process, but we've had a good time coming up in Barrie and finding ourselves playing live and just trying to be as true to ourselves as we can based on all the other projects we've done. So
yeah, cool. How is this setup that you have now different from what you've had in the past with the current members? Is it changed a lot? Have you found that this is kind of what you're going to be settled with, and the sound is
feels like it's a lot easier.
It's natural. Yeah,
everything just feels a little more easy, and we all do we have our writing process, and can vary, but we just feel a lot. Everything feels easier, I guess, to make it quick,
Yeah, and again, if you've been in a group, you know what it's like. It's about finding the chemistry of a group of people that can all push and pull with each other. And we've the past members we play with Sarah, our other old drummer, Nate, our other bass player, who's around, and
they're great.
They helped forge the band to what it is now. So every little thing that's happened has brought us to where we are now. But what makes this lineup special is, again, we've been able to push the writing forward into new areas that we couldn't have done in the past, and it's just been exciting to kind of rejuvenate it that way. And I think that's what the lineup and the switching of that does, because eventually sometimes people's interests change and people change and grow, and that's okay. So we are proud of everything we've done up to this point and everything we've been through, because it's made us into the band we are today.
Yeah. Do you find with the current lineup writing, does it work pretty smoothly, or do you work on a system where it's kind of everyone has some input?
Depends on the song.
Okay.
Yeah, some songs like he'll do most of, and we don't really have much to work on other than a couple, fine-tuning parts
for sure.
But some songs will just jam and they'll come out of nowhere, kind of thing, and just get inspirato, and
the writing process changes definitely from as we evolved as a band, and as the lineup adjusted itself. At one point in time, it was probably started off with my brother was in the band at the start. He lived with me. He was my first drummer. Him and I wrote some of the early ideas I had for the group, and then he kind of figured out he wasn't fully committed to that thing, and so it's just been an evolution of the band. And for myself, having these some of my best friends be a part of a project that I'm really inspired by, and having them be excited by it and giving their time and doing all that, it's something I'm very grateful for, and something that's made this band continue despite all the ups and downs we faced in both the world and as friends and bandmates and stuff. So.
Actually, and we talked a little about that the other day too, about how bands coming out of the COVID, we'll call it the COVID era, whatever you want to call it, but you guys have really, it seems like it almost stimulated you in some ways to start working hard at it.
It certainly gave us a lot of free time to work on
stuff. Yeah.
We definitely took a little hiatus, because again, it was like, what do? You can't go play live. We want to play live. We love to do that, and we love to record and write, and that's everything. But all that goes together, right? Like having some shows to play and having some things to shoot for is kind of what keeps us moving. It's like the fire, the song we're going to play later for you.
Yes.
But having that inspiration and stuff is the hardest thing to get going. And once you find that, you just kind of stick with it best you can.
Yeah. Speaking of the fire, why don't we have a listen to that if you guys don't mind?
Yeah, let's do it. We've got guitars.
Awesome. All right, let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. can see colored skies, breaking out through the city lights, looking for a remedy, anything. Somebody please come and help me, help me. If I could only tell myself, yeah, what in the world went wrong? Giving and taking, my mind's awake, yeah. So much I still wanna know, yeah. It's hard to know where to draw the line. Some things you just can't hide. Meanwhile, they've lit your world on fire, and we're all going down for the ride. I've always been one to take chances, walking a fiery line. Some days it's all coming down on me, yeah. Some days I get it right. Oh, the human part of me won't let you know. Oh, nobody sees the fire you keep buried down below. I feel your waves will be pulling us under again. I feel your fire, and the heat is so hot it's insane. I feel your waves will be burning it all night too. I know, I'll be burning it all night through. Burning the whole night through. Oh, the human part of me will never grow. Oh, nobody sees the fire you keep buried down below. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire down below. Fire down below. Fire down below. Fire down below.
You guys have had some pretty cool opening gigs over the last short little while. Do you guys
yeah,
want to
we'd
talk
love
about
to,
it?
yeah,
Because memorable ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about those?
Well, Jeff, you want to say something about that? Or?
Not perhaps.
I got this.
No, well, opening for Big Wreck was like
Yes,
amazing.
yeah, classic,
Like
yeah.
that was, and like packed. Well, I don't know what the venue was called at the time. Even was it the Ranch, the Rocks, whatever it was. It was playing to 2,000 people in a packed little place like that. It was felt good, and like to be supporting a band like Big Wreck.
And it was a big
Yeah,
moment
that's-
for us
that's
to play in front of a crowd like
adventure
that,
for sure,
and
yeah.
have people excited about your original songs and do that. So we've opened for the Trues. This past summer we got to open for Tom Cochran at Kempton
Yes,
Fest,
yeah, another
which
great
we've been
one.
applying for that for years, and they
Yeah.
finally let us in.
Finally let us
It came through.
We finally cut our hair short enough with it. No, but no, we were very grateful for that, and it was a highlight of our summer getting to do that and open for a band. Like, I mean, I looked up to Tom Cochran and the Red Rider my whole life, as a young man, and so that was fun to play those outdoor shows, and yeah, we're excited to kind of hit it back this summer.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for that now. That's what we're looking forward to.
How would you describe your genre? My listening, I hear so many different tones. There's a bit of country, there's rock and roll. Do you guys find a little bit of everything comes together to
definitely a
create that,
melting
or is
pot.
it?
It's a
yeah,
melting
yeah,
pot, but
definitely.
like
I'm just
very-
wondering
very big
because you have a bit of a country background?
I'm more of the
Okay,
metal side of
you
it.
did, yeah.
These,
So,
these three guys are like heavy metal, Tool, like occasional, like
We have a bit more, you know, like
Mike's
70s.
hip hop, gangster rap, and on all the good
you can
stuff. we grew
sense
up-
a lot of that,
And then
yeah.
I'm like, if anything, I'm more like bluesy rock, soul, Motown, right? So it's like that's the melting pot right
Yeah.
there. Everyone's the way they think about music and rhythm and everything is this lineup. That's what makes it so interesting and fun. Because I'll throw something at one of these guys and they'll play a timing or a part that's just so different.
That you wouldn't have thought of.
But yeah,
or whatever.
our influences are definitely spread around. But I mean, if you had to put us in like 3 or 4, I mean, it's rock.
Yeah.
It's like a little alternative because we're not trying to play like Chuck Berry, Elvis stuff. But we love that stuff too. And then we love heavy stuff. I love soul and blues, and I like backbeats. So we kind of try and incorporate as much of that into our music without getting too close to anything as we can. And if it feels good, we do it. Like I've convinced these guys to play southern rock blues songs, and they're like heavy guys, but because they
put their own
they have a
twist,
love for it too in some way, shape, or form, and that's what makes it all work. So it's very special, I think.
Yeah, I cut my teeth on blues to grow up.
Yeah,
Bass, so
yeah.
I bring a lot of that into it, but now it's Slam of God, like you say, and like Acacia Strain, all that kind of heavy stuff. That's where my influences come from a lot of it.
But it lends itself,
but it does,
you know,
yeah,
like.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you kind of tailor it to the song that we're using, but you're doing.
Yeah. Adding keys, I must say, is a pretty cool little element because you don't really see a lot of it. Well, yeah. Do you want to talk a little about your input onto it too? It's very, from what I've heard, it's very selective as to it because not everyone can just, like I said, people can wail away playing keyboards like they're Jerry Lee Lewis or something. But it's in a rock-oriented bass. I find with keyboards, especially the timing on it can be impeccable.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And with the keyboard, like sometimes when we're writing tunes, like there's already so much going on that I kind of just have to like sit back and be like, okay, which tone do I want to play for this tune? Am I gonna do like farfisa, organ? What settings do I want? Do I want flange on this and whatnot? And
How loud are the other guys, and what do I have to do to be heard?
yeah, like where can I kind of fit in between the space to help color the songs and make them pop and everything. And I don't know, I a lot of bands I listen to, like some of the metal bands I'm into, and I'm like, all the best metal bands or all the best bands, like all them witches, they got a keyboard player, and I just think it takes a whole new element. It just
Adds another
that's my
element, for
opinion.
sure.
I love keywords. What can I say?
We get a lot of comments on it
Yeah.
at our shows, and it really, I've heard bands with and without it, and it fills out your band. Like it really congeals
Definitely.
the guitars. It helps blend the vocals, and you can do all these sub melodies with that. It's really great. It's a lot better than playing the backing tracks and stuff.
Yes,
Because
yeah, definitely.
Megan can sometimes do things on the keyboard and fill space and do. It's like a real. It feels
songs.
Yeah,
like
that's
real
what I was
rock.
saying
It's a
earlier,
real
yeah.
rock show.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah,
It's I would say it's one of the things that's definitely recognizable about us because there's a lot of bands slinging guitars and singing loud
And
but
it suits certain
having
bands,
that blend with
like-
the guitars and the keys and the vocals and the harmonies and that is very it's definitely set us apart in a lot of ways from a lot of other rock bands and made us feel a little bit more powerful live because we got this big wall of sound with the keys.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, definitely.
Something we've leaned into a bit because
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The sun shines deeper on the west side, just like the moon shines brighter in your eyes. And if there's ever a day when the dawn goes missing, keep on living it up, 'cause there ain't much time for reminiscing. You know some things will never change, we all need remains the same. You can't slow down the sun. Well, now this time you're lost within reach. And if you don't want that sunshine, mama, you can leave it with me. And I know you wanna chase a long way back, yeah, on a slippery slope I feel. Some things will never change, and the world won't let you walk away. Yeah. One thing that I know for sure, that you like it all night. You know you can't slow down the sun. No looking back, what's done is done. Never felt something like this. You've never felt something like this. You've never felt something like that. You know you can't slow down the sun. It's gonna rise again.
We talked a little bit earlier about venues, or sorry, gigs that you've had, opening up for some pretty cool bands. Let's talk about some of the venues, because we had chatted once again earlier about Guspalooza, which I know you hold very close to your heart, being a wonderful
Great folks,
venue
man.
outlet. And do you want to talk about maybe a little bit of what people are missing who haven't been to Guspalooza?
You're missing a whole lot of awesome music, is what you're missing.
Hundreds of
Yeah.
bands, you know, like.
Yeah, it's
But I know personally to you too, you really
very
enjoyed.
much so. Russ Robson and his wife Val and all the people that are involved have had us there since almost the first year, and it started as a backyard event in his property, and it's blossomed into this great platform where we can start to showcase the independent local talent around here, and give them a big stage to play on, and like a festival in the summer to get a part of. And it really is shining a light on all that and giving people like us, indie artists and stuff, a platform to get on if you're not into this niche of, you know, all the other agencies and whatever else is going on in the business. So if you're at that stage, it's a great thing. And so he has done everything to support it, from artisans to musicians to, you know, all the work they do. It's one of those things we look forward to every year. So we can't say enough good things about it. If you love music, if you love getting out and supporting your community, if you love just, you know, getting out of the house and camping out on the weekend, you should go check out Gussapalooza. It's in September, and it's just in Cookstown here, and it is a fabulous weekend of music and art and friends and people.
Yeah,
One of the best weekends of the year.
yeah,
So
lots
much fun.
I
going
always
on.
look forward to it, you know.
Yeah, awesome. What do you guys got coming up as far as, is there any recording
Writing.
going on? Just strictly writing for
Well,
now?
not strictly, but
Okay,
like,
recording
you know,
as well?
You know, and prepping for next year, and
I feel like in the winter, I feel like we kind of hibernate a little
it's
more.
hard,
We
you know,
want to do some
it's-
writing, you know.
it's
Like I you know, do play some shows as well. But I find in the winter, like, we get pretty creative, you know. Like, let's write some new tunes, you know. Let's go back to studio, get some stuff, you know, happening for the new year and whatnot. And I don't know, I like writing.
Start getting
too.
material ready just to kind of push out in the spring and summer, and that'll, you know, carry us through to the next winter. We can kind of, like you said, hibernate again and come together and start writing and preparing for the following year again. on top
Yeah.
of that.
Is the plan to release a couple tracks at a time, or what
Well,
do you
we've
think?
been on a thing lately. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but we, again, we're indie artists. We do everything on our own merit and our own gigging and
Our own
invest in our own. So we try and use that to our advantage, we use as much as we can to our advantage with the small budget we have to be effective as we can. So we've been doing the singles thing because that's just where the music is right now. I think if you're like us and you don't have a big budget to blow on an album, you kind of put out good representations of yourself to get people excited and put out the best you can, and then with the hopes of waterfalling, 1, 2, and then have maybe a few to release that no one's heard, and That way you get people excited, get their interest, and then you give them a great, and then they'll start supporting you and they'll buy your merch. So that's kind of the plan we're always going for, is get everything ready, get our ducks in a row, and have a few songs to get people excited about our stuff. And we'd like to be able to move forward to drop in like an EP or an album every fall or at the end of every year to culminate the year and the stages of writing we go through every year. I think our style has always remained the same, but it kind of evolves every year with what we go through as people and humans, and it's getting exciting to go in it. So we usually write and record until we are really excited about something.
Cool.
And then we're all like, we'll record it 100 times and then we're like, all right, call them, we're going in.
Yeah.
There
And,
may be one or two in the can right now, you know.
Yeah. And we have some music. We work with Graham Shaw in Keswick. He's at Knick Knack Studios, and we've done our last 2 songs there. And he's got
Great experience.
He's got one ready to go in the barrel, so we just got to go finish it up in the new year, and we'll have some good new music hopefully.
Nice.
He's so much
Nice.
fun to work with. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole vibe of his studio is so much fun. Like, he's got all these amps there, and
It's all old
different
school
keyboards.
analog.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
all on like
He's
this
just
farmland, you know,
yeah.
it just feels
He's
nice
cool.
and cozy, and
Yeah, I guess it gets out of that stuffy studio vibe that some of them
Yeah.
give. That's almost, you almost feel like you're getting something overproduced or going to lose its
And you're usually
real
paying a lot
vibe.
for it too. So
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
that's
like-
true, isn't it?
Because Graham, he's so good at what he does. But again, it's about a vibe. It's about finding a place that you can go and be vulnerable, and the guy who's going to bring the best out of you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
we're excited to do that. Yeah, so it's a little heavier this next one, so we're kind of pumped to step it up from our last tune, Cancel Down the Sun, which is a bit more southern rock bluesy kind of vibe. So
Yeah, the videos that you guys have done too, are you going to follow up with the new stuff with videos as well, do you think? I like the
I
ones
have
that you
mixed
guys did. Those are kind of cool.
I have mixed feelings on that because, I mean, videos are very expensive and they take a lot of effort and time. And I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on your phone now, and you could do
True.
But
I like shooting videos.
yeah, like we're old
It
school.
must be
MTV
fun though to
kids,
some
so
degree. Yeah.
Right? You get
And it-
hanging out with your buddies. And
It does engage people, but I don't necessarily think every song needs to have one or as a big complicated one anyway. So I think even just having a great live rendition or a exciting live performance video is great, even if it's not from the studio recording.
We've done well with lyric videos as well. Like,
So-
I find they track pretty good. I like watching them personally. Just a good lyric video on even you know, the big bands are putting them out. I enjoy them, so
Yeah.
that's another avenue we're kind of looking at doing for some songs as well.
And it helps give people, engage them in our vibe and maybe even read the words and kind of get what we're going for. And so I can't say for sure we're definitely going to do more music videos in the future,
sure.
but
Yeah.
That might sure.
you know, it's about creating engagement. I think we're more looking forward to maybe doing some live performance videos and kind of showcasing our like live energy and what we do that way, because we haven't really encapsulated that really well yet on a sound stage. So
Okay.
we're hoping to do some more of that in the future. We're all living close to the fire. Take a look around and you'll see the tensions all around are getting higher. I don't know if we can hold out. The work is like a freight train headed to the cliffs and dark waters below. They would only stop, maybe they'd hear it. The people crying out, can't you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can feel it. People crying out. Who's to tell us who's wrong or right? Offer the lies to help us sleep at night. It don't matter if you care. Coincidence is killing me now. Got me in the crosshairs. What really matters is can you hear? We're all at the mercy of a loving fear. We don't have to face it alone. It's a sound that they know. Can you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can people crying out, can you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can hear it.
people who haven't seen you, what can they expect when they go to see you?
Oh, we just all pour our heart out into it, you know.
The sexiest drummer you've ever seen. What do I do with my hands?
Saying no one else has.
What makes us,
Passion.
what I think that sets us apart is we always have this thing in the rehearsal space is just to work really hard and put out the best songs we can do, and make sure our live show's got energy and it's not just us getting up there clicking through the songs, stop start. It's got a show involved, and playing all these years, that's what I've loved to see when a band goes live and they take you in and they almost don't even stop between songs, and they're able to kind of just really bring you in and take you out of your moment for that time, and that's what we try and do. So
Well, thank you very much, guys. Greatly appreciate it.
thank you so much.
Yeah, and all the best in the future, and looking forward to hearing some new material.
Right on, brother.
Thanks, guys.
brother.
Cheers.